class 11th. Welcome to the online tutorial sessions for business studies. I am Avnash Lambert and I am going to teach you business. In today's video, we are continuing with the second chapter, which is forms of business organization, and we are going to start the new topic, which is types of companies or types of joint stock company. Now today we are going to learn the three types of companies, under which the first one is private company. Now, according to the section 268 of the Companies Act 2018, the private company is a company in which there is a restriction of right of transfer of shares. You cannot transfer your shares. If you have your shares, you have to keep it with you. You don't share your, you don't transfer or don't share your shares. Fine. Now the second one is minimum of 2 members and maximum of 2 members. To start a company, you can start with minimum of 2 members, or there is a limit of 200 members. So minimum there could be 2 members and maximum there could be 200 members. Now, the present and past employees, the person who are working in your company and those people who have already worked and they are no more working in your company, those employed or those people are not included as members. They are not the ones who are included as the members. They are not the members. Fine, they are the employees. They are not the members. Now, the minimum paid up capital of rupees 1 lakh rupees. The paid up capital, the amount which they need to start, total amount which they need to start a company is rupees 1 lakh. Fine. They cannot invite general public to subscribe to its shares. They cannot invite, like in public company, they can invite general people, general public, so that they can subscribe to their share, they can buy their shares. But here in the private company, they cannot invite general public to subscribe to its shares. Fine. And also the private company need to use the term private limited after its name. Whenever their name is to be taken, they have to use the word private limited at the end of its name. Now this is your private company. Let's come to the second one, which is public company. The public company, according to the section 271 of Companies Act 2013, a public company means that they can transfer its shares. Fine. Here in private company they cannot, but here in public company they can. Now the minimum number of members is 7 and the maximum, there is no limit in case of members. Here the minimum member were 2 and the maximum member were 200, but here in the public company the minimum is 7 and the maximum is no limit. Public company can invite general public to subscribe its share. They can invite general public, general people, so that they can subscribe to its share. The next one is minimum paid up capital. For starting the business, they need minimum of 5 lakh rupees. The minimum paid up capital must be 5 lakh rupees. Now, private company, which is a subsidiary of a public company. Suppose the public company has started one more smaller company, which is a private company. Then in that case, that private company will also be treated as the public company. That won't be a private company. That will be a private company. But in other cases, it will be treated as a public company. Any subsidiary, other company which is being helped by that public company, that company will be treated as a public company. Fine. So this is your public company. Now let's come to the third one. Students, let's come to the third one, which is one-person company. Now, to encourage micro business and entrepreneurship, basically in India there are very few entrepreneurs who are working for the business on a micro level. So to encourage that micro business and those small entrepreneurs, the one-person company was established. Now, an OPC, in short we call it OPC, means a company with only one person as its member, there is only one person as its member under the section 3(1) of the Companies Act 2013. This is the law. You have to follow it. Fine. Now, what are the requirements of one-person company? First of all, it must be a natural person. It must be a natural person like you and me, living person. It should be an Indian citizen. Fine. It must have a citizenship of India. Must be a natural person, an Indian citizen, and a resident in India. He must be living in India for at least 182 days. Fine. That's the residentship clause of our country. Now, this OPC, this one-person company cannot incorporate more than one OPC. If this one-person company the person is starting one OPC, then in that case he cannot incorporate another OPCs. He has to stay with one OPC. Understood? Or become a nominee. He cannot become a nominee in more than one OPC. He must deal with only one OPC, and in case of nominee, he has to be a nominee of only one OPC. He cannot be a nominee or he cannot incorporate more than one OPC. Now, if their paid up capital exceeds from rupees 50 lakhs, suppose their paid up capital, if they are earning more, their business has gone good, their paid up capital, they have been receiving 50 lakhs. If their paid up capital exceeds from rupees 50 lakhs, then they need to convert themselves into private or public company. If their paid up capital increases to 50 lakhs, increases above the 50 lakhs, then in that case, they don't have to remain as the one-person company. They have to convert themselves into private company or joint stock company. Fine? They need to do that. The law says that. Fine? Now, no minor can start a OPC. He must be above 18. He shouldn't be a minor. Fine? And must use OPC at the end. While mentioning the company's name, they must use this OPC or one-person company at the end of the name of their company. So this will denote that it is a one-person company. So students, that is your one-person company, the third type of company. Now friends, there is one more topic which could be asked is privileges of private company. Privileges of private company over the public company. What are the benefits the private company has received in comparison to the public company? The first of all, the major benefit is that private company can be started with the 2 members. Minimum 2 members is required. But here in the public company, they need 7 minimum members. So in that case, that is a privilege for the private company that they need only 2 members to start and they need 7 members to start. Now the next one is for public company, they need to publish a prospectus. You have seen prospectus in schools, you must have seen they publish their prospectus. The private companies actually don't need to publish their prospectus. They don't need it. The law says that they don't need to publish their prospectus. But here, the public company, they need to publish their prospectus in which lots of details are given about the company. Now, they don't need a certificate of commencement of business. There are 2 certificates. You have started in the topic, you have studied in the topic that there were 4 stages. So the private company can be started after the 2nd stage. But the public company need all the 4 stages to start the business. The private company needs only 2 stages that they can start their business after having the certificate of incorporation. The private company can start it right away. But the public company needs all the 4 stages to be completed and thereafter they need to continue the business. Now, The private company can start its work with only 2 directors. They don't need more directors. They can start with only 2 directors. But the public company, they need 3 directors to start their business. You can write it somewhere that private companies, they need only 2 directors, and here they need 3 directors. Fine. And the details of the index of members, is not required by the private company, but here in the public company they require a index of members. Here index of members is required, and here index of members is not required. Fine. So students, I want you all to take a screenshot so that you can complete your notes by today only. Now students, I hope you have understood well. You have understood each and everything today, and that's all for this video. Stay home, stay safe, and see you soon.